Trump managed to flip a number of states that Biden won back in 2020. And as of this morning in our area, Trump won in Nevada, a number of counties, I should say. And then a number of counties flipped here in California. He won a number of them, including Nevada, Butte, Stanislaus, and San Joaquin counties. And in Southern California, Trump claimed victories in Inyo, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. And joining us now to talk about that and the shift that we saw across the state is the Vice Chairwoman of the California GOP, Corinne Rankin. Corinne, thanks for joining us. So why do you think Trump was able to flip so many of the counties here in California from blue to red?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. These are middle-class counties. When we're talking about Butte, we're talking about Stanislaus, Nevada County, and right here in San Joaquin County, where I am, we're middle-class people. And Kamala Harris is a known quantity. Californians do not want more of the same, especially when we're down here in the northern part of California and in the Central Valley. We want change. And this election was really a referendum on the Democrats here in California and the way they've been performing. I mean, you take Prop 36, it passed overwhelmingly with zero support and almost no support from our governor, Gavin Newsom.
So the Public Policy Institute found that fewer Californians are registering as Democrats and more are registering as Republicans or independents. Why do you think we're seeing that here in California?
I think Californians are growing tired of the status quo. They have been voting for Democrats. Democrats have been promising them a better life for decades now, and it just hasn't happened. So Californians are tired. They're ready for change. The Republican Party is very clear about our solutions to fix Californians. We want lower gas prices. We want lower prices for groceries, lower prices for energy. And these are the things that when you elect Republicans, these are the things that we're going to fight for Californians.
Corinne, Governor Newsom made a statement saying in part, quote, California will work with the incoming president, but let there be no mistake, we intend to stand with states across our nation to defend our Constitution and uphold the rule of law. What's your reaction to that statement from the governor?
I frankly, I don't know what he could possibly mean by that. Californians want the rule of law. That's why Prop 36 was overwhelmingly passed. And, when I hear him say things like that, it just goes back to a time when President Trump was first elected. And I can remember Gavin Newsom saying very clearly that President Trump helped him in every way, and everything he asked for, he received. And he very famously said, in regards to President Trump, promises made, promises kept. And that's what he said about President Trump, and that's what President Trump's going to deliver again this time. And that's why you're seeing a lot of movement towards him. That's why he won the popular vote, and that's why Californians are starting to make the shift.
All right, Corinne Rankin from the California GOP, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us this afternoon. We appreciate it.
Thank you.